Yeah, may as well quickly touch on the Tenet trailer. Very fucking cool. Like, I started to skim through, and then I was like, nah, I gotta watch this properly, and like, oh, fuck, it's Nolan!
It's so weird. But like...
Going back to his roots as well, kind of feels like, because I feel like Dunkirk was a departure in the sense that there'd always been some weird and ethereal nature to his films.
Yeah,
right?
like...
And I guess almost with the exception of Batman, although, you know, the idea of the Batman is also pretty weird. But Inception, Memento, The Prestige, like all these other movies...
Interstellar.
Which again explores a more grounded side of things, but is obviously still very bizarre and weird. And this looks like a return to that, because Dunkirk was very much a departure. It was just like a by-the-book kind of historical period piece almost.
Yep.
But, yeah, so I'm fucking all in, bro. It literally looks like maybe an Inception spiritual successor.
Yeah, it looks like
but
Inception...
it's toying with the concept of
time travel, yeah.
Instead of mind and dreams and all that.
No, absolutely. It looked like Inception, but with time travel, which like...
The car rolling backwards? I was like, holy hell.
How the fuck did they film that?
That's what I'm already like, okay, how did they do that?
Yeah.
Like...
It's like when I was watching...
Because there wasn't anything spectacular about the car rolling.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, is this meant to be more like, go up in flames or whatever? And then it started going backwards. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah, like, you can't really describe what this movie's going to be about at all.
It looked real, if you know... Like,
yeah.
Most car crashes are really well done in films, but this was like...
Realistic.
Yeah,
it did look realistic. It's like when you were first watching Inception and that hallway fight scene happened where it was turning slowly, and you're like thinking, how the fuck did they film this? Have you seen how they filmed that? There's a little documentary
I think I remember
they actually made a whole jig. Like they hired out an airplane hangar for 6 months. It took 6 months to film this one scene. And they literally made a hallway which slightly turns.
I just, you can imagine that maybe, they filmed the car tumble separately to everything else that's happening in the scene, and it's just masterfully been cut together to look like it's all in the one frame. Because you can imagine so much going wrong with it that, I don't know, maybe they had to do multiple takes, and they're like, okay, well, we just gotta... It's like maybe something, whatever they do when they have two of the same actors on screen, like, Tom Hardy in Legend. However they did that, I imagine there's a similar kind of practice at play there.
Absolutely.
Is my guess. And then obviously they've just had to, reverse it so that it just perfectly mimics. But yeah, I don't know, man. It just looks,
Another thing about Chris Nolan, you got to give him respect. He always looks good on set. Always wears suits and fucking looks good.
Or is there a picture of him?
There's just every picture of him on set. He looks like he's going to like a high class dinner party. He looks sick.
I think. Yeah, wasn't there one... Is there a moment where it's in, like, a desert setting in a film? Not Dark Knight Rises, might have been something else, but he's just wearing... He looks like fucking Nathan Drake with, like, his scarf and shit.
He's a dapper bloke, man. He's a dapper bloke.
All right there, Chris.
You got to give it to him.
Alrighty.
Dools.
Huzzah.
This is our last pod of the year.
Wow.
This is it.
Wow.
We've made the end of the year.
Yeah, hit every week.
We got most of them. This is episode 33, 34.
Yeah, okay, so that's 3 out of 5.
That's a good strike, right?
That's okay. That's 70%.
Yeah, that's a credit.
I'm used to that.
What's been the best moment of your year, Dools?
Best what?
Best moment of your year.
Best moment? Oh, wow. I don't know, deciding that I didn't want to kill... No, I'm kidding.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Every week.
No, I'm going to tell it. No. Best moment. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a few big moments. I mean, movie-wise or just like in general?
Anything, man. Yeah, movie-wise, yeah.
I mean, look, I'll do a movie-wise. I think the most pleasant surprise I think I had was...
Jumanji 2?
Jumanji 2, yeah. Next level. Yeah. No, I don't know. I think I might have to steal on that one. Do you have one? Do you have a good one?
Movie-wise, I reckon definitely the end of Endgame inside that cinema.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna go with wild. just like the palpable excitement that emanated from our Endgame screening.
Oh, yeah, that audience was insane.
That was a good audience.
That was a good audience.
I think we'll talk about another similar fan experience, which
I was livid.
The audience, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about Rise of Skywalker. We've both seen it, and
Interested
that'll
to
be
hear
the
about
end
your
of
second
the...
screen as well.
Absolutely.
But yes.
We'll talk about that at the
Yeah, so this is going to be very Star Wars centric. I think we want to, whether we lead with this or not.
I reckon we do everything else and just get that out of the way, and then we talk all Star Wars.
Then we talk about Star Wars. Yeah, but do you think we do our spoiler discussion of Rise before we rank, or we rank afterwards? Probably rank afterwards.
Rank after.
Yeah. And then have the discussion, then go, okay, where does it go? All right. Okay.
Dools.
What are we doing?
Let's just get the other movies that we've seen lately just out of the way.
Yeah.
Knives Out.
Like the trash they are.
Knives Out's great. I thought
Knives Out
was
is
awesome.
excellent. It's very, very good.
Very fun, well-told story. It's like a modern-day whodunit, like an Agatha Christie novel, basically. Written and directed by Rian Johnson, who did the phenomenal...
Except it tries to subvert your expectations, because that's Rian Johnson's...
shtick.
That's exactly.
Absolutely. No, but absolute stellar cast with the likes of...
look, credit to the writing, obviously.
Yeah.
But the cast,
the cast was disgusting.
You really did need an eccentric and colourful cast for this film. And
you got Michael Shannon.
Spades.
Michael Shannon, Jamie Lee
Love
Curtis.
Michael Shannon, man. Why
Don
isn't he
Bridges.
more? I mean, he's in a
Don
lot,
Johnson. Christopher
Watchmen.
Plummer. Yep, absolutely. Oh, yeah, that took me off guard. Lakeith Stanfield. Daniel Craig.
He's awesome, bro.
He's so good. He's coming up.
He's ever since the first notable film we saw him in was
Get Out. Are you thinking of Sorry to
Oh
Bother
yeah,
You?
but that was more of a cameo. I was thinking of Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah.
I think he was.
That was definitely the lead. Like, yeah, he was a very much a sub character in Get
propel
Out.
him, but yeah. Daniel Craig, obviously, as the arguably the lead detective.
Yeah.
Or like the lead who is the detective, and then I think Anna something from Blade Runner 2049.
Oh yeah, Anna.
Also, pretty much the lead.
Yeah.
Arguably, yeah.
She's
the
awesome,
the protagonist.
man. She's
really
awesome.
good. Really good in this.
I'll get it up. But yeah, all in all, what do you think, Dools?
Knives Out, I thought it was great. I think a lot of fun. That's really, I mean, I love a good, twists and turns and that kind of stuff, and crime mysteries. I think it was like what Orient Express should have been, because that was like,
Absolutely.
I think another film we saw. Was that? No, it wasn't. It was last year, wasn't it?
It was last year.
Yeah.
We're getting a new one next year, by the way. Death on the Nile.
Great.
It's exactly what we need.
Yeah, because that's actually, now you really think about it, like a more kind of self-aware, like whodunit kind of mystery movie. They're very few and far between.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's like, yeah, I think maybe Rian Johnson, identified that. It was like, hey, what the fuck happened to these movies? Like, and just made his own. And but it doesn't follow the typical kind of beats that you would expect.
Clue,
from one of those movies.
clue, resolve.
Yeah.
No, yeah, of course.
And because you kind of go backwards and forwards and like, oh, okay, so this is what's been happening.
Yeah, I thought it was told really
hold
well.
on, okay,
Yeah.
just the framing and everything. So
It's not going to make anyone's top 5 list, I don't think.
For us, no, probably not. I think some people are just flipping out about how much they love this movie. It's like, okay, it's not the second go at a Christ, but it's a movie. It's a good movie.
The actress you're thinking of, Dools, is Ana de Armas.
Okay, yeah, I was close. Shout out to Chris Evans.
Oh yeah, Chris
who
Evans.
everyone is apparently obsessed with the fucking scene where he's wearing that sweater. They love his sweater.
It's a good sweater, Dools. It's cashmere. Also, Tony Collette. Shout out.
Yes.
Guess how much this has on Rotten Tomatoes?
Aussies. Something stupidly high, like The Last Jedi, 97.
Did you look? Because yeah, it is 97.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I think that's actually The Last Jedi as well, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, it should be higher.
It's like, what is... The critics love Rian Johnson.
They do love him, man. They do love him.
This one is more... I think 97...
91 is Last Jedi.
97 is extraordinarily high.
It is.
I would say the praise for Thingos deserve Last Jedi, not so much. Yeah, so... Haz, tell me what you thought about Jumanji in the next level.
Okay, so... I think I can speak fairly, Dools. We both walked into the first one expecting fucking
trash.
Nothing.
Just just honestly trash served in front of us.
And I was personally pleasantly surprised. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Same.
It was nothing to write home about. Wasn't curing any diseases, but it was a lot of fun and I had a good time, and it set itself apart from the original. Then came Jumanji to the next level, which is just an enormous waste of time.
Yeah.
The main joke in the trailer about The Rock doing an impression of Danny DeVito and Kevin Hart doing an impression of Danny Glover that's not one joke. That spans for about an hour and a half.
And believe me when I tell you that it wears off literally within the first 30 seconds.
It does.
So
It does.
just imagine a good 90 minutes of it.
Yep.
A good 90.
So, yeah. I think that we're very much not in the minority here. Don't waste your money. Like, if it's on Netflix and you've got nothing to do, sure.
Even if you like the first one, there isn't much to say about it. Like, it's a rehash, except it's not funny.
Exactly.
Like, so, yeah.
There was
Just
so
imagine the first one, except none of the jokes land.
The kids go. The kids are gonna love it. There was a lot of kids in the screening that we saw.
Oh, yeah.
We got some good tickets from IGN. Thanks, Ben. But yeah, those kids fucking were frothing off those jokes, bro.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
There was many times where it was just silence.
I think Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart can take solace in the fact that all their antics were just making a killing with the 5-year-olds.
Absolutely, but need to have a shout out. Their press junkets are always hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, put together a compilation of that and just fucking put that out in cinemas.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go.
100%. That's even funnier.
Jack Black is hilarious as always. Who apparently said after this film, I might just do one more movie then retire. I mean, that's how bad this movie was.
But I'm glad he doesn't finish on this. That's just
yeah.
School of Rock.
Dude, imagine if it's like a Tenacious D soft reboot or something, and just close that with that. Like,
they just released their new album.
Well, there you go. I mean, there's source material for
Apocalypto, I think it's called.
A movie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Dools. No, but like, end and end. Don't go see that movie.
Yeah.
I finally got around to watching Watchmen.
Yes.
We finished last week.
And pretty much, yeah, you started and finished it maybe within a couple of days of when it finished. And I'd been watching week in and week out because I've been very curious about it. And I expected it, so yeah, I expected to like it because, I mean, what HBO products in general very rarely disappoint. And, but I was really taken aback by how, like, just the direction they were taking it in. So from the first episode, it follows Regina King's character. Oh God, I'm forgetting her. I know her vigilante name. What's Regina's character's name again? Goodness.
Oh, fuck, it's just that.
How am I blanking on this?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I finished it yesterday.
She's the lead. She's the protagonist of this. And without going into too much, I don't think
Angela Abraham.
Okay, yeah, Angela, of course, yeah, Angela Abraham. Yeah. Oh God, there's one. What about that episode where it's like, because everyone was like, the episode 8 is like a god walks into a bar.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, and then when you see it spelt out, because you look ahead and you see the episode titles and you don't think much.
I love the way that they present the.
And then it's just like, oh, God walks into a bar. It's like, okay, that's fucking like this fucking guy. So it's from Damon Lindelof, who I think first came to prominence from Lost, from writing the good episodes, by the way, of Lost.
not the church ones.
And so already he's had a big hand in like some of those big TV shows where, just like they're just notorious for their mind-bending twists and all that stuff. And there's maybe only one huge twist in this, but it's more or less just profoundly well-written television. And he also did another show which he spearheaded himself, unlike Lost, where it was like a collaborative effort.
The Leftovers?
But The Leftovers, another HBO show, which I'm now like 100% going to find the time to watch because of how good Watchmen was.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are just saying, like, if you liked Watchmen, then Leftovers is for you. So, yeah, but I mean, I don't think we spoil it just because it came out, but I reckon we just got to give it a shout out to how exceptional this series was and how much it caught me off guard.
Beautifully written. Just the way it's told, like it very much jumps in time here and there, but you follow it perfectly. Yeah. Acting amazing. Shout out to Jeremy Irons. I was gonna say,
yes,
Jeremy Irons is
maybe the best performance actually.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But literally just like, yeah, God walks into a bar, episode 8. Literally, that whole episode is so beautifully told. Everyone needs to watch this. Everyone.
Because without giving too much away, a certain character. Okay, we all know Dr. Manhattan's going to be in the fucking show. Like, it's fucking... Like,
he's in the trailer.
The guy, yeah, and the guy said it before the show came to air, he was like, who would do a Watchmen show and not have Dr. Manhattan in it? So, but yeah, we don't see him till later on, but there is a certain episode told through his perspective, more or less, and because he experiences all of time at once, and so this episode kind of has to reckon with this fact, and, you know, he's talking to this other person in a way that, like, he's experiencing multiple timelines all at the very same moment. And so, but then the way this episode is framed, and you're coming back and forth between these times, and things so slowly but surely come to light, it's just masterfully done. I don't think I've ever actually seen, like, the way that episode was framed, like the framing and the writing. I've never seen an episode of TV like that. Just the way it was able to so flawlessly jump around, and like but you're keeping up.
Yeah,
and you're not losing track, and it doesn't seem convoluted, and it's just so well done. And I was like, holy shit, like, so yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Watch this fucking show. Watch The Watchmen.
We'll be. It's definitely in discussion for next tape when we do best of.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Dools, should we just get into it?
Let's fucking do it, man. Give me a jingle. Give me a Star Wars related jingle.
Oh, like that one. Like that one. Dools, we finally saw it. The last of the Skywalker saga. The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Now, the 9th film in the saga. The 12th theatrical release.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
I liked it. So you've had the benefit of seeing it twice now? Or
Yep.
in case, I don't know, you might have seen it
Twice.
2 other times. Okay, good. Who fucking knows it? You could have seen it 5 times.
I might have plans tonight. Who knows?
You're definitely seeing it with Jimmy, aren't you?
Yeah, maybe. More than welcome to join. More than welcome to join.
So he's not seen it yet.
No, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll get into it. I liked it. How'd you feel about it?
I came out of the first viewing. I was like, I think I like it, but I felt like disappointed to a point where I felt terrible going to bed that night. Like I felt really bad. I was just like I felt disappointed, and I saw it the second time, and you
lowered your guard.
I lowered the guard. No, I just picked up on not just picked up, like I just saw so much shit in a different light, basically. Like things I originally was like, oh, this.
I think it's just called coming to terms.
Yeah, where no, like I liked it so much more the second time.
Yeah,
so much more. It definitely, if we could pick this movie apart, which is so easy to do, it has major flaws. Pacing wise, some of the dialogue sucks. Some characters don't even need to be there. Same like Last Jedi.
I would even argue that the biggest problems with the movie aren't even to do with the movie itself, like the content of the film, like the story and all that. It's almost like, pacing, camera issues, like just like
there was a lot of
meta
issues,
things, like a lot of meta problems with the movie, which, as I was telling you before, it almost is annoying being such a big fan of Star Wars, because if you didn't have all this knowledge about the film itself and the filmmaking process itself before going in, you'd probably enjoy it so much more.
Yep.
Sorry, you continue.
No, totally. What was I saying? Yeah, you could pick this film apart. Yeah, absolutely.
Big flaws.
Has massive flaws in it's an impossible task to do, right?
Yes.
It's the biggest cultural phenomenon this universe has ever seen, Star Wars. And to wrap up not only the sequel saga, but the entire Skywalker saga as a whole is an impossible thing to do. It will never happen with everyone loving it.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I'm really happy with what they did, and I feel emotionally satisfied.
Interesting. So you went from being disappointed to very happy and emotionally satisfied.
Yes.
Okay.
Not very happy. I'm happy with what they did.
I mean, Harry, I'm sorry to say, this sounds like a lot like me in The Last Jedi, how going from...
You said phenomenal to...
Yeah, but dude, this is a bit of a backflip. A little bit of a backflip. Come on.
But it's like the midnight session, like there was a lot of people that I couldn't hear some of the shit.
Yeah,
there were lines I couldn't hear that were like gave context to what they were going to do.
It's a lot of context. All right. No, well, I need to see it again. I might have similar feelings. Who knows? I just think...
even watching it again, sorry to cut you off, just one sec. Even watching it again, the first, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes, we both agreed, first session, that it felt really poorly cut and very rushed.
We were moving at
an
light
obscene
speed.
Yeah. It didn't seem that way the second time I watched it.
Yeah.
Just like...
I think, no, that's a fair point, because I can already picture myself being like... But at the same time, we know what's happening.
That's true.
So, you can kind of picture, like... plus, I think it would have been smart for them to establish... Because clearly there's been a time jump, but I think it would have been smart to establish that. Like, they do reference the Battle of Crate, but I think I would have really liked... Just to give more exposition to the fact that Ray, Poe, and Finn have been adventuring together. It was like, now look, it's been... X amount of time since Battle of Crate. That would have really helped provide some context. I mean, because we can't... I mean, we can maybe ask off the record, you know, JJ, how long has it been since the last show? And he'll be like, a couple of years. I wish the film, like, it's firmly established how long it had been since the last show.
It should have been in the crawl.
Yeah, that exactly. So that would have been perfect. Because without that information, you're like...
so has it been 6 months? Has it been...
Yeah, because totally. I actually feel like that would really... kind of help understand what the characters are, you know,
totally,
and you know what their motivations are in the moment. And anyway, so that's just a thought. I imagine my guess is maybe 6 months to a year, that time frame.
Yeah,
tops, because they're clear their base still seems kind of like robust and portable, and it doesn't seem too long after Crate.
No, totally.
Yeah, I mean, should we just get right into story stuff and spoil the fucking shit out of it?
Yeah, all in all, I think it has flaws, but I like it. I'm emotionally satisfied. I had a lot of fucking fun watching it.
I'm already really excited to go see it again. Probably see it next week.
Nice. I'm keen to what you think after you see it a second time.
Yeah.
Because like going in and really looking out for things that, like, because I was watching it halfway through the second watching, I was just like, I'm waiting to be disappointed again, and like it didn't happen that much.
Yeah.
There's definitely some things I'm like, oh, just cut out the space horses. but like, yeah, you watch it again and let me know. But
I think we had a lot of MacGuffins, which I finally looked up the definition of, and now I'm going to use it probably a lot in this discussion.
Is that a new Dools term?
Do you know what a MacGuffin is?
No, what's MacGuffin? A
MacGuffin, it's like it's film specific term, which is like literally just a useless character or plot device which just ultimately serves zero purpose. Oh. This film is full of them.
Yeah, do you want to go into spoilers?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. Spoilers on. Dools, go. Should we start from the beginning? Should we
go
through the movie chronologically?
On this day, Anakin Skywalker was conceived seemingly out of thin air. No, wait, it was Palpatine. Turns out he was there the whole time.
No, absolutely.
Okay, so let's just establish this very quickly. This film goes above and beyond to retcon almost everything the Last Jedi does.
Within the first 30 seconds.
And aggressively so.
They're literally...
Like, it's almost like J.J. Abrams... Like, I just pictured, you know, J.J. Abrams just inviting Ryan in and being like, hey, Ryan, you know, obviously you're part of the Star Wars family, you still got your other new movies to do. We just wanted to give you a screening. And then he proceeds to turn the film on. And then they get to the point where
60 seconds
Kylo starts to rebuild his mask. He's like, oh yeah, he's piecing his mask back together. I just thought, you know, he didn't need to be a clone of Vader. I thought he could be his own person. But that was just my idea. And JJ slowly turns, looks at him and says, yes, Ryan, it was your idea. And that's why I brought it back. And so I can just picture JJ kind of like turning to Ryan being like, remember when you made this decision? Nope. Hey, how about this one? Oh, Razor nobody? Go fuck yourself, Ryan. you killed off Snoke. Yeah, guess what? I'm gonna bring back Palpatine. Yeah, you thought you could fucking stop me, didn't you, Ryan?
Snoke's easy to kill? Oh no, he's a fucking puppet. That's why.
Oh, there's about 10 of him in a takeover here. like seriously, I was just picturing JD just like fucking wailing on Ryan Johnson. Just like, you tried to ruin it, but I didn't let you. Oh dude, and I've already seen Ryan Johnson come out and say things like, I don't think we should be making movies for fans, blah blah blah. And this is fan service. This is
fan service.
This is Star Wars: The Rise of Fan Service more than anything. So Oh man, like it's going to be so fascinating to just see everything. Like, let the dust settle. Maybe a couple months time, we're going to see opinions change and everything. Because I'm seeing a lot of people who I didn't think would like it. Well, although the biggest thing I'm seeing is that if you didn't like The Last Jedi, then you'd like this one. And maybe I'm growing to like this in a strange way. I think made me appreciate The Last Jedi more. And maybe I did actually want my conceptions and preconceptions and and established ideas of Star Wars to be challenged. Because I mean, yeah, it's a joke at this stage that's what The Last Jedi does. But I mean, I don't know. Like everything the Rise of Skywalker does on paper, I would have wanted, but when I saw it come to fruition, I was like, oh, it didn't leave me emotionally satisfied like you say it did for you, because it's just like
it didn't for me the first time either.
So and so that's why I'm just like, oh fuck, like maybe it's I just don't know what I fucking want. No. So with this movie,
but I feel like I felt the same way, and I went into the second time, right? Like really looking out to.
But you're an anomaly because you love you really like Last Jedi.
I don't love it.
Well, you really like it.
Yeah, I like it. It has major flaws, and there's like a good 45 minutes I would cut out.
Yeah, we all
agree
on that. Yeah,
there's characters I'd just swap.
Yeah.
Like cut out Holdo, put Akbar in there. That would have made that fucking amazing.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Holdo, they quickly reference that fucking logic breaking maneuver that she did from Last Jedi with the quick like, oh, we'll just I think someone suggests when they're discussing their attack on Exegol. And they're like, oh, we'll just get a couple droids, hop in some fighters. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know if he does say droids, but get him to perform a few Holdo maneuvers. And I think Poe just quickly brushes that aside and says, oh, this won't work for reason X, Y, Z. It's 1 in a million. It's like, what? like okay, so we're just getting that out of the way just like that. I mean, and that's what they do with a lot of. Like the retconning of Last Jedi.
It's literally in the first minute.
It's actually egregious.
Literally in the first minute, it starts off with first off. One of the flaws I have with the film is they should have sprinkled Palpatine in the first two films.
They should never have revealed him in the trailer.
Yeah, that would have been
Palpatine should have been. We should have seen as much of him as we did in Return, which was just in the third act alone. Not including, I'm discarding his hero confrontations with Luke in the third act alone, and forgetting the stuff with him and Vader in the first two halves. But I mean, it's obvious that had JJ overseen the entire trilogy, Snoke was going to be Palpatine, and he wouldn't have been some weird clone thing. Yeah, I mean, do you think that's the case? It just would have been Snoke on that chair?
Oh, like, maybe.
I mean, they say they wanted to bring Palpatine back from the beginning, but I just don't believe that at all. Yeah. Like, I mean, considering how we know how all these movies came together.
Yeah, potentially. So, it would have been different.
And Rey definitely was not going to be a Palpatine.
No.
I think they had to dance around that and, do that.
But there's... I watched some videos on YouTube, and her fighting style in Force Awakens is identical to the fighting style of Palpatine in the prequels. Like, identical.
But we see so little of it.
Just in the final confrontation with her and Kylo.
Sorry, no, but of Palpatine's though, we see maybe, just a little bit of him with his lightsaber in Revenge.
Yeah, but it's him versus Yoda and him versus Windu.
Right.
So there's two major fight scenes.
So there's a video that analyzes both.
Yeah, and it's literally like the way that the fighting style, it's pretty damn similar.
But I feel like there's only so many kind of like lightsaber fighting styles that.
Yeah, it could be a coincidence, but like.
I don't know if I want to give them that much credit. I mean, it just seems more obvious than ever that this was... I think that was when Rian Johnson was handed the keys to Episode 8, he did intend for Rey to just be no one. And that was like meant to be a meta theme, like, oh, anyone can rise up and be a hero, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
I mean, that just felt as clear as day to me. So, I mean, the backflip...
I mean, I agree with you, but
and then the reversal of that is, oh, no, she's somebody.
Literally in the first 30 seconds.
The way Kylo had to do his fucking verbal gymnastics around that, it's like, no, okay, so you are a nobody. I mean, you came from nothing, but hold on, give me a second. I got this. Yeah, so you are a nobody. No, your parents are no one, but your blood is something. Yeah, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like your parents...
And I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's just like, I wasn't lying, your parents are nobodies, but that's because they wanted to be. Because they're actually someone. That's literally what he said. And you're like...
It's like, fuck, JJ, you actually wrote this down on paper. Oh, God. It was like fucking, it's like that meme. It's like when your assignment's due at like midnight and you're starting at 10:02 and it's just all the same shit anyway. But,
I reckon there's a lot of bad dialogue through the film, sure, but there is a lot of fucking excellent lines. Like in the beginning when they go to a
they fly now.
Oh, you don't like that, don't you?
Do you? That's lazy writing.
Yeah,
guys.
I could
Come
take
on.
it or leave that bad boy, you know. But no, the first line.
I remember when I showed you that clip. I just linked you the clip. I was like, "How's was this?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, but we need context. Like it could be."
Yeah, I got the context.
Didn't it bring it?
Yeah. I'll admit. No, but the first image of the Falcons with Finn and Poe in there. And they go to an outpost to get a message.
Oh, that was sick, bro. Yeah, I love that. And I'm just like, just rebel spy shit. Like, that's
to get
what it's all
a
about.
message
like,
from the.
They always go on these guerrilla missions. Like, I wish. 100%.
Yeah, they got a mole in the Imperial Army. They don't know who it is yet. But they got this fucking fantastic line where
also
they're like,
great reveal.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a big fan of that, if I'm being honest. But it kind of equals his character. We'll get to that when we get to that. But
yeah.
But they got the great line of like, "How do we repay you?" It's like, "Win the war." I'm like, "Fuck
that's good.
yes,
That's good,
let's go." But all the flying with Millennium Falcon I thought was excellent.
Yep.
And the light speed jumping I thought was.
I actually didn't mind that. I thought that was pretty cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was like a different way to, and I like how they kept they were able to track them through light speed.
Yeah.
I thought that was sick.
Although they were just little fighters doing it, but you imagine that they I guess developed upon the technology, and as long as they're still within range of.
That's what I was thinking as well.
But yeah, that's a good point as well.
But then we get a lot of shots with, or a lot of scenes with Rey and Leia, which is definitely like, so the Leia scenes are deleted scenes from Force Awakens that weren't used, and we can both agree they're tough because it's obvious that they wrote around it. They would have had to, of course.
Yep.
And
I think it actually did work surprisingly well, all things considered.
With all things, absolutely.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if you needed to. I was actually shocked at how much she wasn't clear.
Same.
I was like, wow, I think you maybe could have used a third of this and it still would have been just as impactful.
Yep, just do the shadow scenes. Those scenes were sick.
Yes.
Which was in the shadows, and they obviously got someone else to, or maybe did another.
And to be honest, I don't know how difficult the voice mimicking technology would be, because I mean, there would have to have been at least a handful of words that weren't actually uttered by Carrie Fisher in there. And I mean, would the CGI tech have been that bad in those moments? I mean, just to accomplish what you need to get done. I mean, it's that good now that we would.
Well, the CGI tech was already in this film. We see a young Leia.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And JJ promised there was no CGI Leia.
I think he technically. I think that's like a little.
That's like a young version.
I get it. He gets away with that. Yeah.
I get it. I love that scene, by the way. I thought that was sick.
Yeah, that's actually cool.
Yeah, we get a lot of them.
People are not going to like the fact that she can best Luke, though.
I know.
And people will complain about it.
I thought it was sick. I like it.
I
didn't mind that. They were both training. But Rey's in training. As I said in the crawl, Rey's been in training to train for a fight against the diabolical First Order.
Now the Final Order.
I liked that.
Really?
Yeah, it's cheesy. Don't get me wrong.
Can I tell you something which I think was like they possibly had this on the script at one point, but I think instead of the Final Order, apparently at one point in the script, this is probably a bullshit leak, but it's hilarious. Palpatine was just going to say, just before all the destroyers were revealed, execute Order 67. Can you imagine?
Oh, dude.
Can you imagine? Everyone would have been like, all right, Jerry Seinfeld in the theater. All right, I'm good. Like straight up, I would have been like, no.
You would not have accepted it. Not at all.
Nah. So it sounds like I'm shitting on the movie at the moment because it's, you know, when you're as big a fan of this stuff, you just want to nitpick, but at the same time, like, well, I think maybe you take us through the story a bit, and we'll kind of like dissect as we go because you've seen it twice, so your memory's a bit better.
So they basically get.
So we get to the planet Ray's in training.
Yep, and then we get a message over over all radio stations throughout the galaxy that the Emperor's back, and he's basically recruiting people to take down the end of the Resistance.
Yep.
And Ray's been looking through, reading the Journal of the Wills, which I'm glad they fucking brought that back. That was one of the things I'm like, because Journal of the Wills are huge in Star Wars lore, where it's basically the original Jedi texts.
Yeah.
And she's reading through it, and you can
she did save them at the end of 8 for a reason. So.
No, totally. Yeah. And they get a message that from the from the spy in the Imperial Army that the Emperor's on Exegol. And he's creating a new empire, basically. And they're about to raise and have about 10,000 times the amount of troops that they have. So they got to do something now.
Yep.
How to get to Exegol? Boom. We already got it in the Journal of the Wills. We got to find this key. And there's 2 keys in existence.
Well, no. I think it told her how, but they still needed the Sith holocron.
That's what I mean. The holocron is the key. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. There's 2 holocrons in existence.
Yep. Handy.
Yeah. Beautiful. Let's roll with it, okay? And they know that a bounty hunter on the planet. I can't remember the planet's name. It's the Sand Planet.
Yeah. I know. Yeah,
Tatooine 2. Bounty hunter was hunting for it. Luke had gone after him to hunt for it as well, and the bounty hunter was never seen again, so they went to the planet. I liked this planet. I thought it was cool. Very colourful and shit like that. It seemed very alive, and it felt pretty real. It didn't seem like just another environment planet. It felt like another Jakku. I liked Jakku. I thought Jakku was cool. Knock back, Jakku. But
I think what JJ excels at is like really going deep into like the kind of like just like creating those believable Star Wars worlds. Like we see Force Awakens gives us Jakku, the new Rebel base,
Dakar.
Is that the Cantina one?
Oh, that's Maz Kanata's. Yeah, that's Dakar.
Yeah.
That's Dakar.
Oh, okay, so and then that planet as well, like the Cantina is a dope scene in Force Awakens.
I love that scene, Maz Kanata's palace. Unreal.
Yeah. And then, so I mean, like, we get this kind of worlds, and then The Last Jedi, that's where it really fell flat, because the only other world we see is Canto Bight.
I liked Crate, though. I thought Crate was cool, but it's very a desert planet.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm just more talking about, because I'm also leaving out Luke's planet, just like a planet where there's life and things happening.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Canto Bight can get fucked.
Yeah. And I think... Yeah, just like with this desert planet in 9, another like return to that kind of like feeling, like exploring new worlds and that fun sense of wonder and stuff. And then the same with I guess Exegol is an interesting planet, but yeah.
No, absolutely. So they get to this planet. I should have known all these planets off by heart, sorry. And they're going through all the village and stuff. Great dialogue between the 3, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought they really have great chemistry, and it's really, you can see it. And Rey starts to mingle with the locals, and she there's this local little infant alien that's talking to her, and tells her its name, and she's like, "That's a beautiful name. I'm Rey." And she's like, "What?" She's like, and C-3PO is interpreting, and he's just like, "She would love to know your family name." He goes, "Just Rey for now, Dools. For now, remember that." And then we have the first of a few. I love these scenes. The first few connection scenes between Rey and Kylo.
Yep.
I love these scenes.
So here's actually something I want to get into with you, because I think we had a brief discussion about it directly straight after the movie, because it was the only thing that was bugging me plot wise, because I think everything else could be more or less explained. So. Kylo goes to meet the Emperor. They both become aware of each other's existence, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously Palpatine was very aware of Kylo. And then he reveals himself, and then Kylo goes to find him. Also, I wonder. I mean, I guess it's obviously not a big deal, but I'm curious. I guess Palpatine speaks directly to Kylo and tells him how to find him, because that's the only way to explain how Kylo immediately gets there.
Yeah,
and gets the holocron.
Yeah,
without the Jedi text.
Well, like
you imagine Palpatine's like, "Here's how you find me."
Well, no, I think it alluded to that Vader told him. And he said that I'm all the voices you hear in your head, and he goes to Snoke, and then he goes to Vader.
Oh, okay, I understand. So but it was still Palpatine purposely.
Yeah, it was Palpatine himself doing it. Yes.
Okay, that's a fair point. Yeah.
He's saying that like Palpatine told him that he needs to kill the girl, and then like he should know that he's advising to Rey that he's going to turn on Palpatine.
Yeah, so in the bridging scenes, so that power which was revealed in The Last Jedi to just have been Snoke all along is still there, despite Snoke being dead, but I guess seeing as Palpatine was, Snoke was just another puppet of Palpatine, then it was Palpatine, technically, behind the Force bridging. But what I don't understand is that when Palpatine essentially tells Kylo, yeah, I've been behind it all from the very beginning, blah, 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 Kylo would immediately, he's not an idiot, it would immediately just be like, oh, okay, so next time this Force bridging happens, well, Palpatine's listening in. He's very aware. He's the one doing it. So, and yet he proceeds to just talk to Rey casually as if he would if she's in the room with him, and overtly just goes, yeah, you and me will take down the Emperor, we'll kill Palpatine, you and me together. And why would he do that? Why would he straight up reveal his plans?
No, okay.
So I mean,
I don't know.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, does
that break the logic, or?
I wouldn't say like breaks the It's definitely an issue.
Because that either we're meant to kind of be led to believe that no, they're doing the bridging on their own this time.
Well, they're that powerful.
But at the same time, it's like, but why? It still seemed like it would happen out of the blue. And firstly, why? People could probably argue Rey's conspiring with Kylo or something. So I mean, I don't know. That to me still felt very weird. I'd love to see. I mean, there's obviously an answer for it, but I mean, you imagine it's still Palpatine and that Kylo didn't really care. But at the same time, it's like, well, why the fuck would you just reveal your plans? Anyway,
because he's trying to I think he's revealing it because he's just trying to. As he said in The Last Jedi, he's trying to get rid of the Sith, the Jedi, and make something new. He's trying to get rid of the good and the bad and make something balanced. That's what he was saying in Last Jedi, and that's what he's trying to convey to Rey. This is my eyes. Trying to convey to Rey is like, I'm working with the Emperor, yeah, but I'm gonna kill him, and because I want there to be no great evil.
Yeah. So I mean, he's
all about.
He's
power.
Double crossing the Emperor right in front of the Emperor, and doesn't seem to worry about the consequences from that.
No, I agree. That's a good point to pull out. Yeah. But
anyway,
I love those scenes personally. I think.
I do actually love the bridging scenes, and they took them a step further. So I think that's probably the only thing I can think of from The Last Jedi, significant creative plot decision or whatever that wasn't retconned. Can you think of another one? Not including Rose and shit, obviously. I mean,
Pogs. Porgs, I mean.
No, but I mean
No, I know what you mean. I was just joking. Don't worry. I know.
Was there a Porg in?
Yeah. When Rey goes to.
Oh right, yeah, okay. Because technically we see some living in the Falcon at the end of. So I thought it would have been funny if.
I thought that would have been all through the Falcon personally, but they didn't.
Yeah.
JJ just gets in there and get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh, why don't you keep just fucking toe punts it?
He's like, let's put this slime monster in there. So everyone loves him.
So the only plot device of any significance from The Last Jedi that still isn't completely tossed away, as far as I can tell, I'll need to watch it again, was the Force bridging. But I think it was taken up a notch. So we see multiple fight scenes where. Kylo is able to snatch something from Rey, and which I don't think breaks the logic of that, because he was able, we see in Episode 8, there's they touch hands, and he also some of the rain from Luke's planet falls on his glove or whatever. But so they kind of lean into that more, and they have and they straight up have fights with each other.
Yeah. Which I fucking love the way they
filmed it. I wish there could have been a funny moment. There really could have been a funny moment to capitalize on there. Like, you just get some stormtroopers or something walking past, looking at Kylo Ren, just fucking flinging his lightsaber around in thin air, looking fucking schizophrenic or something. I mean, that would have been
cool, yeah. But, I love the way they filmed that, though, where there's actually a specific shot where she's like this is in another scene where they're actually fighting.
Yep.
But she's like pacing around him, and she's in the streets of Kijimi, and then like while she's walking, she's
another
back in the throne room. Yeah, Kijimi's sick.
Yeah.
I love Kijimi.
And then short-lived though.
Yeah, I know. But there is a certain character in Kijimi that is synonymously the best character in this film. But we'll get there. Babu Freak.
Synonymously the best character.
Babu Freak. He's the best. Yep. So back to, I got the name of the planet. Pisana. That was the name. Pisana's the desert planet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the Kylo is talking to her, and then he grabs her necklace, and she straight away is like, "Fuck, guys, we need to go." Because Kylo is my necklace, and he will know that it's a native necklace from this fucking planet. And he does.
Did she get it from that planet? Yeah, because I thought he just analysed it for like specks of fucking...
the little girl gave it to her.
Yeah, right.
So Kylo straight away looks at it, goes to his general, and goes, "This is a native necklace from the Pisana region. Get our troops on that planet to look for our fugitives."
Mm-hmm.
So there's troops on every galaxy. We saw that. That's pretty evident towards the end, where you see every Star Destroyer come down, and it's all over different planets and shit.
Yeah.
So the Empire and the New Order are very running supreme at the moment. And they're about to get fucking murked by a couple of stormtroopers until an arrow goes in one of their eyes. And who is it, Dools? None other than Lando fucking Calrissian. Lando's in Pisana. So Lando gives them basically a little bit more information about where this bounty hunter who's looking for the holodecks is.
Yeah.
And he says that his ship's still in the outer regions of the desert. Go look for him around there. That's it. And he's just like, "Give Leia my love," and she's like, "Give it to yourself." I didn't like this line. I was like, "Give it to yourself. We still need pilots." Which and then they go. There's a pretty cool skiff chase between the Empire and the.
Bit of fun.
They fly now. But there's a shout out to 3PO through this film. 3PO is fucking hilarious.
Where was R2?
Yeah, I know. R2. We need a bit
more.
We got
R2. Yet another fucking droid.
I wasn't a big fan of Dio. Wasn't a big fan of Dio, by the way.
Sucker ball droid. Yeah, I really could have done without him. Just felt like another excuse for cheap laughs.
Do you know who voiced him?
JJ.
Yeah. JJ just wanted to be in the film, Dools.
You piece of shit, JJ.
You
selfish fuck.
I love it. It's just like, he's like, "We've lost him." It's like, "Great work, sir." Then he gets shot at. He goes, "Terrible work, sir."
Yeah, 3PO actually has a lot of funny lines in this movie. I think, like, because there's a moment where he has to have his memory erased and all that stuff, and he's just like, I don't remember. It's about to happen, and he's just like, "Oh, I've just thought of another thing." And like,
and Babu Freak's like, "Uh-oh." Yeah. Babu Freak's awesome. Yeah, they get into the middle of the desert, and a good little scene here, the little relationship between BB-8 and Rey, where BB-8 like says something, and Rey's like, "Not now, BB," and they like throws up the smoke bomb and fucks up a couple of stormtroopers, and Rey shoots them out of the sky. He's like, "Never underestimate a droid."
Yeah.
But they get to the ship, and they crash into a sinking field, and they go underground, and they discover this giant desert snake.
Yeah, we essentially have what feels like the trash compactor scene.
Yes.
Kind of like where it's like, you know, the team bonding in a kind of like high stakes situation.
Good little lightsaber gag there as well.
Because we needed to really fast pace the character development with the trio has.
It's true.
We had 2 movies to do, but we hadn't quite gotten there yet. Now we all left it to the last one. It literally did feel like 3 movies in one at one point.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, yeah.
But this scene was mainly just to get the dagger
And
that
show
was
off
shown
any
where the
force
holodeck
power.
is.
Yeah.
So if they found a dagger where they know where the holodeck is, and it just gives you a clue, and to show off the healing power.
Also,
I'm
spoilers.
not a big fan of the healing power, from being honest.
Spoilers for Mandalorian, which we forgot to talk about, but whatever, we can do it. We can do it when it's finished.
There's one episode left. Let's do it when it's
Yeah.
finished.
Only one?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. Damn, how about Gus coming out, bro? Fucking Gus.
Dude, how good was the last episode, by the way?
Ooh, yeah, really good. I think like that's why it benefits from its main storyline because it's far more engaging. But strangely coincidental how because Mandalorian came out only a few hours after, well, technically before Thingo introduced Force healing in the same episode, and then we go.
Did they?
Yeah, Baby Yoda.
Oh, of course, yeah. Of course.
Heals the dude. One of the guild guys.
I reckon that was done purposely because this episode was was released a couple of days earlier than it should have been.
To kind of like lessen the blow of.
Oh no, just to like collate it. You know, I think
maybe
it's why else put it a couple of days earlier. There is literally no reason to do it.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think probably they just pulled it forward just because it was going to debut on the same day as the US release anyway.
Maybe.
I think that's probably it.
No. Yeah, Force healing.
Yeah, so very interesting use of power. And then more so than the I don't really mind it. I mean, actually, it makes sense if only Rey can do it because she's a Palpatine, and then Palpatine's made explicit reference to the Sith and him especially how can do unnatural things or whatever and use the Force in unnatural ways. But then someone else does it at the end of the film, and then it goes, oh, okay, so I guess fucking anyone can do it.
Obi-Wan could have saved Qui-Gon then, right?
Obi-Wan, right? What have? Oh goodness, I think we're okay. Yeah, so that kind of again like the hold on maneuver. It's like, what have you done?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna fucking be flipping through the law book or whatever, looking at all the times that people could have used Force Heal and be like, oh, why didn't they use it here?
So Mace Windu
why didn't they use it here? Yeah. So, also, considering what we know about Finn now, is he Mace's son?
Maybe.
That'd be so dumb.
That would be so dumb. Literally the only other black guy.
The third black guy in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and then after the scene, the Force healing scene, arguably the highest stake moment in the film, where we believe Chewbacca to have been killed.
Yeah,
when he's on that
awesome scene with the tracking shot with Rey jumping up and taking down Kylo's ship.
Yeah, we'd seen it before, but yeah.
But didn't see it in fruition. But then also they're like Chewie, they're taking Chewie, and she's just like. Yeah. No, they're not. Fucking puts up her hand. I'm like, here we go.
Finally we can see some raw Force power. And because I had fucking fantasies of when knew Vader was going to be in Rogue One. I was like, I want to see him just bring down a rebel fleet.
Yeah,
just fucking bring it down.
Because there's a scene. Do you remember Force Unleashed?
Yeah, we do. We bring down a destroyer.
It's Star Destroyer. It was so sick. But yeah, you get there's a great shot, camera angle of. You see Rey and Kylo standing 100 meters apart, and they've both got their hands up, and they're both pulling the ship towards each other. And then she lets anger get to her, and she lets out a little bit of lightning, blows up the ship, and for at least 3 minutes, you think that's how they took out... Another
Palpatine thing.
Yeah, you think that's how they took out Chewbacca. Yeah. I was furious.
I was like, Rey, you fucking bitch.
I was like, JJ, you absolute piece of shit. Yeah. I was like, how? And then they escape and they go off.
And then I immediately turned to Harry and was like, no, there's a scene of him in Lando.
I was fucking furious at you that you did that.
What do you mean?
We'd seen it. I wasn't thinking of the trailer, and I was just like, I
immediately thought of that. I didn't realize how you couldn't.
I was like, because I was watching the fucking movie, Dools. I was like,
classic me, breaking the immersion.
I was literally like, fuck, that's how he dies? I was like, surely they can't die.
Part of me still believed it, they even know that, because it was like, well, there's been fake outs before, so it didn't really convince me.
And then you're like, no, he's in the trailer with Lando, he's fine. I'm like, why the fuck would you tell me this? Shut up.
Still, it was the biggest relief when we do see him a few scenes
later.
Oh, so
good.
He's in
we're just like, we've got a very important, very high
So they snuck off in some transport that we just happened to not see at all?
No, the transport's there.
Okay, yeah. Well, again, I'm gonna have to.
No, yeah. I was. It was the thing that I watched out for. Transport's literally next to it. But yeah. So they go back to the base, and Kylo Ren obviously has in possession the dagger that has a key to where the next holodeck is, and what's his name? C-3PO is just like, yeah, I've only got it in my memory. Like, what? He goes, yeah, but I can't.
Such a shame.
I can't decode it because it's in Sith, and I'm programmed not to translate Sith.
Yeah.
He's like, I know exactly where it is though. And they're like, okay, sweet. We need a code breaker basically. What do they call it? A hacker, a code breaker, or something like that. He's like, I know one. I know the best one in the galaxy. We're going to Kijimi. And then like Poe's is like, we have to go to Kijimi, but you know, I've done some bad stuff in Kijimi.
Hey Poe, why didn't you tell us about this person before we went to Canto Bight?
Yeah. Yeah.
You fucking...
Kijimi's such a better place than Canto Bight.
Way cooler.
So they go to Kijimi and he finds, and it's pretty obvious that the New Order is absolutely taking rule there. Literally just going like ransacking every house. They call it night raids, which I thought was cool. And they, what was her name?
Were they just doing that coincidentally, or did they actually know that they were there somewhere? Because I mean, they were still hiding themselves.
No, I think they've been doing it for a while. Mainly because, sorry, I just gotta get her name up.
Alrighty.
Just so I've got it clear. Zori Bliss. Because Zori Bliss goes, night raids again. So it's been happening for a while.
Yep.
When they hear bombs. They come into Zori Bliss, which is a new character, and it's obvious that Poe and her have history. And he says that, like, you know, we need something out of this memory bank of this protocol droid, this C3PO to be decoded, and it's in Sith that they need it decoded, and he can't do it. So they take him to a man called Babu Freak. Babu Freak is a fucking hell of a character, Dools. He's so lovable. You gotta love the kid, you know?
It's a bit of fun.
He's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. Babu Freak, yay. It's so sick. And basically they hook C3PO up, and they're like, one thing though, if this does happen, you're gonna get your memory erased. And they're like, but doesn't R2 restore your memory? And he's like, oh, R2's famous for having memory issues, so the storage issues. So while that's happening, Ray like literally walks out the door and goes, oh no, Chewie's sweet. He's up on that ship. I can sense him. So they have a plan to go up to the main. They start to make a plan to go up to the main ship, but they get the Sorry, I'm racing through this, but
no. Well, yeah, we should just Yeah, we should be.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So like, I'm sorry, I'm like jumping around a bit because I'm remembering it a different way. They get the translation off C3PO to basically say that the holodeck is in the wreckage of the Death Star, which is in the moon in the Endor system.
Yeah.
Which we're like going to the Endor system. Don't technically go to Forest Moon of Endor, but I'll take it.
Yeah. I was like, this doesn't really look like Endor.
Yeah, it's just in the Endor system. Yeah. But I'm like, fair enough, I'll take it. Then they get to a plan to sneak up to the Starfleet to rescue Chewie. Mm-hmm. While the whole First Order is ransacking this fucking town because Kylo senses her in this city. So he's going like door to door, being like, "She's close." And we get the first glimpse of the Knights of Ren, which I think are sick. Fucking love the Knights of Ren. Actually, I think we saw him a couple. Did we see him earlier?
Maybe. Caught a glimpse of them earlier. Yeah.
Maybe when I think I skipped a scene where Kylo comes back with the head of the guy that's like, win the war, and puts it on the table, and then like fucking like slams the guy up into the roof and chokes him out.
Yeah, and
that was
I
sick.
think the Knights are saying it. Yeah. That reminded me of, it's like that Vader move.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I think that was purposely done to be the Vader move. So they go up to the Starfleet, and they murk so many stormtroopers running through them to get to Chewie. They split up, and part of them go to Chewie, and Rey goes to find the dagger in Kylo's quarters, and they get another good connection scene where it's a massive fight, which I thought was sick.
Yeah.
And Kylo keeps saying, like, you've blocked the wall, you block your surroundings from me, I can't see where you are. And he goes, where are you? And they keep finding us, and he's just like, I will tell you exactly, like, he goes, I know who your parents are, they're not nobodies. And he's like, look inside yourself, you know it, like, you know you're someone. And then they both like hit the podium of this was sick. I thought this was a great thing where they hit the podium where the burnt mask of Vader was, and it falls down and it goes into where in the streets of Kijimi, and Kylo goes, "Oh, there you are."
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll come tell you yourself.
Cool moment.
Yeah, I thought that was sick. And then they get Chewie and they run through and they kill a fucking ton of stormtroopers and they get to the but this is without Rey.
All our heroes are mass murderers at this stage.
I thought they're without Rey, and then Poe gets shot once, and they get surrounded by stormtroopers, and they're about to get executed. And Hux is like, "I want to do it for myself." Gets the gun and murks 3 of the stormtroopers. Goes, "I'm the spy."
Are so easy to kill.
He's like, "I'm the spy," which I'm like, But thinking about it, like I'm not a massive fan of that, but it kind of equals his character.
Yeah.
He's a coward at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That definitely will like flip, and he just hates Kylo.
It kind of makes sense. Yeah.
He has a good line where he goes, "I don't care if you win. I just need Kylo Ren to lose." I'm like, that's a cool line. I like that. But those 3, Chewbacca, Finn, and Poe they find the Millennium Falcon. They start to escape. And we get a little bit of a confrontation between Rey and Kylo, where Kylo tells her that she's a Palpatine. That your father was the son of Palpatine, and you've got a Palpatine blood in you.
What you assume is the main destroyer, because the Supreme Leader lives on that ship. They broke in and got out so easily, like it was almost like pathetically easy. And then, especially when you consider it to the absolute mission it was for Poe and Rose in Last Jedi.
Finn, yeah.
Oh yeah, what the fuck am I saying? Yeah, Finn and Rose. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I thought I couldn't help but think that I was like, and then Rey just jumps out, gets into the Falcon, and off they go. It's like, it's that easy? Like, why don't they just fucking do that? Jump in there all the time into all these destroyers, plant a few bombs, and fuck off.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean. Anyway, alright.
You're ripping this apart, aren't you?
Let's not think about it too much.
No, but they basically where do they go then? Do they go back to the base?
No, it wouldn't. No.
Oh no, they go to Endor.
They go to Endor.
The landing gear's fucked. So they just crash right in. They see the Death Star, but there's all the massive tides, and we get the first glimpse of what's her name?
Naomi Ackel's character.
Yeah.
Whose character name I have no fucking idea.
She's great actress, right? Great actress. She's cool, but like it's another character. Do we need it? No.
Yeah, we didn't need new characters. Just have some Ewoks lead them to where they need to go.
Naomi Ackel's Janna. Her name's Janna.
That's actually pretty close.
And we find out that she's a stormtrooper. She's an Imperial defector.
Like, well, her entire group. Yeah.
I was like, cool. We could start something here. Well, they don't do it. And they're like, we'll take you over to the Death Star first light when the tides are down. So they go fix the ship. Rey fucks off and goes to the Death Star on her own on a skimmer, which is pretty dangerous. Mm-hmm. And she gets there. She goes into we get an awesome shot of her climbing up through the wreckage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she goes into I love all the abandoned stormtrooper helmets everywhere.
Yeah, very cool.
They'll see. Yeah. And she goes into the throne room, and she goes into the room next to the throne room, basically.
Yeah. Some secret compartment which is perfectly preserved.
Yeah, exactly. But like, there's mirrors everywhere, and it really gave me the vibe of the dark place of the Luke's Island in Lost Jedi, with all the mirrors everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And she finds the holodeck, and she grabs it, and she sees a vision of her dark self, which she's like, accept who you are, something like that. Fights over the double-sided red lightsaber, which looked sick. You know what I mean? Looked dope. There's a good 10-second fight scene there, which I thought was sick.
Yeah.
And then she like jumps out, and Kylo's there, and they have a fight scene which I thought was amazing.
Yeah, so probably the best fight scene in the film that we get a taste of in the trailers, which is Kylo and Rey fighting on the destroyed Death Star on this Endor moon. So,
with the waves crashing over them and everything.
Yeah, very
some
fucking
amazing
cool.
shots.
And seeing them do those huge jumps over the waves and disappearing through the water
mist.
and shit. Yeah, the mist.
It was awesome.
Very cool.
Awesome. And then you could tell that she's fucking furious. She's just angry. And she to a point where Finn and Janna get to the wreckage, and Finn's running towards her, being like, Rey! He says 7 times. By the way, watch it again. When you watch it again, look out for how many fucking times they say the word hope. There is so many times.
Okay.
Like, this is our last hope. Rey's our only hope. Yada yada hope. Every single time. She force pushes him back, which I thought was sick. And then it gets a cut back to the Resistance, and you see that Leia's going to her quarters, and they're like, this is going to take all her strength to give one last call out to her son. Because they know that, I don't know how they knew that that's what she was doing, but let's just roll with it. In the middle of fighting, she basically connects to him through the Force and goes, Ben. And just says, Ben. Connects to him. And he drops his lightsaber. Rey catches it, does a sick move, and stabs him.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, is that it? Is that his end? I was like, I would have been okay with that. I'll be like, but I, like... Because right now, this was when we were both thinking it's impossible to redeem this character.
Yeah.
Absolutely impossible. Spoilers, he does. Then Rey sees her ways, that she did something wrong, and she force heals him, and he's okay. And then, like, basically takes his ship, leaves. Then goes back to Kylo, and he's walking along the wreck. Oh, then we see that Leia dies. Leia, like, literally, they put a sheet over her, and then...
Yeah, let's brush right over that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, and Leia fucking chokes it.
Yeah. Well,
Jesus, as.
Leia literally just dies. But she's holding a medal. She's holding Han's medal. Did you see that, though? I thought that was cute. They put a sheet over her, and then R2's just, like, watching over her, basically.
How do you know it's Han's?
Who else
and
is
not,
it? Luke's.
Oh, yeah, because she can go on herself. All right. Maybe it's Chewie's. Maybe they took it back.
Chewie never got one. That was the point at the end, where it's like, this is for you.
That was a bit cringe.
Yeah,
it's like, what, Mars, were you there? Were you there, Mars?
But it's like, whose is it? It's like, oh, is it my dead friends or my other dead friends?
I don't know,
like,
maybe it's Luke's. Who fucking knows? It's like, oh, we just made one.
That is a bad bit of fan service, because there's that whole phrase of
they're
like
$2 at the reject shop. Here you go, Chewie.
Yeah, but there's the whole point of is like the whole memes and everything of like Chewie didn't get a medal, but he flew the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get then it goes back to the wreckage of the Death Star, and Kylo's just like looking over the seas, and there's this, hey kid. And it's the memory of Han Solo behind
I didn't recognize the voice at first. I was like...
I first thought...
Part of me was like... I was like...
Hayden Christensen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
same.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, here we go. And then Hayden Christensen's going to be like, you know, there's good in me and there's good in you.
Talk some fucking sense into him.
That would have been sick. But
like, I think it had to be Han.
It had to be Han, because who was the only person that could redeem him? Han. Leia wouldn't have been able to, because he still killed Han.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
If he didn't have this scene, but he still felt good, no one would have.
But at the same time, because it wasn't an actual person talking to him, it was just himself, technically. It could have been maybe more impactful if it was Leia. And like, as I thought she was going to force project herself there and just talk to him. But she just said Ben and then died. So.
She was weak, Dools. She was weak. Don't fucking talk shit about Carrie Fisher. She's our princess.
I'm not talking shit about Carrie.
Don't do it. I thought this scene was fantastic, personally.
Yeah.
Like, to a point, like, I almost cried.
He did cry, I saw.
Yeah, they did the impossible and they redeemed him.
Like a bitch.
Yeah. But they had the great fucking line, call back to Force Awakens, where he's just like, I know what I have to do, but I don't think I'm strong enough. Because, will you help me? Basically, gets the lightsaber, throws it overboard. Sure. Still one of the sickest lightsabers in existence of Star Wars.
Yeah, it's cool.
But he knows, and he's just like, there's a good line through it. I just want to, like, I know I'm calling out random lines, but where he's just like, he goes, Ben Solo's dead. He goes, no, Kylo Ren is dead. My son is alive. And it's like, yes, Han. Here we go. So yeah, they redeem, and he turns around, and Han's gone, and he accepts it. Yeah. Cuts to Rey, who's on Luke's island planet. Can't remember it. What's the island planet called?
Ireland?
Ireland. No, wait. I gotta look this up because it's gonna kill me.
Yeah, I forgot the name as well.
Luke's.
Yeah, and I knew exactly what was gonna happen.
Acto. That's it. Actu.
Yeah. So another Last Jedi retcon. Luke going into hiding, exile, doing all that.
Yes, could we get a force projection of Luke?
And then just
I love that scene, by the way.
And then just straight up being like,
I was wrong.
Yeah, Ray being like, "Oh no, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna do what you did, and be sad and miserable, and just live with regret and blah blah blah." And Luke's like, "No, I was completely wrong. Like guys, I was so wrong. I was so wrong, guys." It's like, all right, we get it. You didn't like Ryan Johnson's take on Luke, like, the moments like that, I was like, wow, like JJ hated the Last Jedi. Like he was one of us, but no. So then just like, and because I was a little thrown off by it, I was like, oh, okay, well you were completely wrong. Like, I mean, what, like, but and then him pulling up the X-wing and.
I love that scene.
And the music, the same music from Return, just fucking Empire, just fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, but they have a great conversation, like literally, like because she's burning down his ship, or Kylo's ship, and she throws a lightsaber, and a hand comes out and grabs it, and then it's Luke. He's just like, "What are you doing?" I love that. And then she's like, I got one thing for you, because Leia would have liked you to have it, and it's Leia's saber, and we find out that Leia was trained in the Jedi arts, and she was awesome, but she stopped her training at the last moment, because she knew that her son was going to train, so she knew that, she said a line about it, she's like, I want to stop training so that you can focus on my son's training. Because she sensed dark in him, and basically she thought that if he trained with Luke, then Luke would be able to promote the light. So gave him that, and then what you said raised this the good old Red 5, which is sick, awesome, which is his X-Men. Red 5. Sound, the score amazing, and she flies off with the helmet and everything. The helmet looks awesome.
That's cool.
It goes back to the base. Lando's there now as well, and they get R2 gets a distress signal. It's coming from Master Skywalker, Master Luke, and they're like, and this is the first. Finn's just like, that's Rey. She's pathing away to Exegol for us.
I didn't pick up on him being force sensitive then, because I think also apparently someone asked John Boyega on his Instagram, just on a random photo, what was Finn gonna say to Rey when they were in the sinking sets, and everyone just assumed like, oh, I love you or whatever.
I thought it was, I'm force sensitive.
That's apparently what he kind of hinted at as well.
That's what I was.
You thought that on the same viewing? You didn't think he was going to try to say I love you?
No.
Really?
Well, after like where it's clear and it's just like, no, that's what he's saying. It's just like they're obviously.
Oh, I mean, yeah. In retrospect, in the moment, I thought it was obvious that he was just trying to say, like.
In the moment, without all the hints.
Looking back, I think.
But after seeing the first, after watching it, you're like, oh no, he was definitely saying about the Force.
Well, it's a shame that John Boyega. I mean, anything can happen, but he has ruled out coming back to Star Wars. So, I mean, what is the ultimate?
Give him money, he will come back.
Yeah, well, I think we should personally just be done with these characters.
Okay.
Or sequel trilogy especially. Anyway,
normal. So basically they got a plan that the main squadron will go to Exegol, then Lando and Chewie will go out to the far main core regions of the galaxy and put out a distress signal for anyone. And they're like, no, I love this scene because all the other fighters like,
hold on, Leia's dead and Lando's in charge. Everyone, come on! That's what it felt like. Don't you reckon?
Poe's in charge.
Oh yeah, but at the same time, they mustered all those ships and couldn't get a single one when Leia put out the call at the end of the day.
Right.
I mean, what?
Yeah, no, I know.
A little ridiculous, man.
I know. But I like that scene where they where he goes up to that's right. Poe Finn gets all the information from Do. Because he's just like, what's your name? And they comes back, goes up to Poe, and it's just like, I've got something to tell you. And Poe's like, I've got something to tell you. I'll go first. I can't do this alone. But do you wanna run the resistance co-pilot? And he's just like, yeah, of course. Well, first off, yes, thank you. It's just like general. Anyway, I love that. It's a little like dynamic. But he has information on Exegol.
It's easy to please. He has.
Shut the fuck up. But
I'm disappointed. I'm emotionally satisfied. that's like a meme. I'm gonna turn you into a meme for that.
It was 24 hours where I'm like, I just need to watch it again.
This is the new phenomenal, all right?
This is
you're gonna have to live with that.
I'm like,
pretty damn close.
It's
Pretty damn close.
It's definitely nowhere near close.
Pretty damn close.
So they all go to Exegol.
Mm-hmm.
Ray gets there first, and she goes down, and they have a confrontation with the.
Speaks to the old granddaddy, granddaddy-o.
I love that conversation. Where he's just like, I never wanted to kill you. It's like you're my empress. Empress Palpatine, and you will sit on the throne, and then basically says that like you will.
Also, shout out to Ian McDiarmid for still having the baddest fucking voice in the game.
Strike me down, and you'll rule the galaxy. That's so good.
That's one of the bar none, one of the worst imitations I've ever. Anyway,
has the whole confrontation, basically telling her that like she will strike him down and become the empress, and all the Sith will go into her basically and rule through her.
Yeah. Sounds pretty sweet, actually.
It sounds pretty dope. I'd get some sweet lightning powers. The fleet come in, or the little platoon come in, and they see how they're like, "Welcome to Exegol," and there is a fuckload of Final Order starships there.
Oh, it's like ridiculous. And I mean, let's not even go down the rabbit hole of how Palpatine somehow had all of these pristine, brand new destroyers.
He had 50
Sith
years.
destroyers.
He had
Not
like 50
First Order,
years.
but like,
He had 50 years.
this is the Final Order. What does that mean?
So the fighting starts. The main scenes with this is the confrontation between Rey and the Emperor. He's got a massive audience around him, which I think's sick. It's like a Colosseum-like structure. I think that's the members of the original Senate. They were all conspirators with him. I think that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry. Yep.
That's all good. Basically, just describes about how what's going to happen, and like what will happen if she says no, and opens up the roof and is like, I'm going to kill every one of your fucking friends. The only way that I won't is if you strike me down and become the new Empress. And you will rule the galaxy. And she's like, alright, fine. And we see that Kylo arrives and is running.
She genuinely seems like she's going to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I believe that. I was actually like, oh shit, okay, what's,
It'll see sick. Kylo arrives.
And what would have been cool is if a Skywalker still was the one that defeated Palpatine, and Kylo did kill Rey. That would have been the best ending. Please continue.
That was a little bit of ASMR right there. Sorry, Kylo arrives, he doesn't have a lightsaber, he's literally just sprinting into battle with fucking nothing.
Yeah, with a blaster.
Yeah, so sick. He literally, I love that, he's running through, the palace, it looks like.
Yeah.
The underground palace.
Also, he only had his mask for that first bit of the movie, and then I think he got rid of it again after his fight with Rey.
Yep.
Why? Why bring it back?
I don't know, Dools, I don't know. Let me just fucking finish. You keep derailing me. He bumps into the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, bumps into. Hey guys.
Hey guys. And they start beating the fucking shit out of him.
Yeah.
They start fucking him up.
Yeah.
And then it's it's showing that Rey and Palpatine come closer and closer, and he's just like, then it goes, it's time. It goes, strike me down, and like this will be the end of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And she lights up her lightsaber and puts it behind her head, and then like Kylo, obviously connecting with her, like comes up with it. And
again, another reason why if Palpatine truly was behind the Force bridging,
he'd see it.
Well, he would fucking bring that shit to a fucking halt.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So again, big problem.
That's a hole. That's definitely a hole. It's a holdalls. What do you want me to say? It's a fucking holdalls.
In fact, we should just call gaping plot holes like that the Holdo maneuver. That should be the Holdo maneuver.
Another Holdo maneuver. And then he just fucking mercilessly murks every member of the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, they went out like bitches. We barely got to see them. Another MacGuffin, by the way, the Knights of Ren.
Yeah,
just like Jenna and Kerry Russell's character. And,
I like Zori Bliss.
Regardless of whether you like them, what purpose did she serve that any other character could have?
Would you say that Babu Freak is a MacGuffin?
Not only would I say that he's a MacGuffin,
shut the fuck up, Dools.
I would say that I wish Babu Freak. I wish it was his head Kylo Ren put on that table. Yep.
Fuck.
Fucking said it, bro. I went right there.
Jesus.
How you feel about that?
Not good. So, so that happens. Then it goes back up to the starfight, and they're getting severely overwhelmed. They're getting like messed up. Almost all their starfighters are down, and Poe has a great moment where he just comes to realization that they're fucked.
Yeah,
he just goes, "Guys, I'm sorry."
That's another moment from the last show where he's like growing as a character, and it's like, okay, well, you do have to recognize defeat and not just cut your losses while you can.
He's like, "Guys, I'm sorry." He's like, "I'm sorry." He's just like, "There's too many of them."
Yeah.
And then he's here. There is more than there are more of us. And then he's like, he flies out and looks up, and there is a fuckload of ships coming in, and it's just like they're answering the call. And they got a good line from that Pride asks. By the way, Pride, played by Richard E. Grant, awesome.
He was pretty cool. Yeah,
he was awesome.
Not a MacGuffin, but bordered on it.
You love this one, don't you? Where he's just like, they don't have a navy? He says that, he goes, they're not navy, they're not even military, they're just people. It's like, yes.
Is that what Star Wars is about?
And basically, it goes back down to Emperor versus Kylo and Rey, and they both they just annihilate all of the Imperial guards, and then they just both face Palpatine. He's just like, fine, you're both fucked, and like does the Force and takes their life energy.
Does it effortlessly as well, by the way. So I mean, I did kind of appreciate that. Like, I think the Emperor almost seemed more powerful this time around. It's like, well, fuck, all right.
He's been underground for 50 years, Dools. He's just been practicing.
Oh wow.
But he's been
getting good.
Yeah.
And I did love how after he sucked them of their Force juice, he looked like himself from episode 6.
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
Yeah, with the fucking cool eyes as well.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Awesome.
Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, so he gets all their life energy basically, and he's just like, as I fell, he picks up, and then like, well, Ben, I'm not calling him Kylo anymore because he's not Kylo. Ben stands up and basically goes to confront him again, like really weakly, and goes, as I fell, so will fall the last Skywalker, and like pushes him down the pit.
Yeah.
Which I thought was sick. And then Rey's just on the ground, and she's like, come to me. Be with me. Be with me. Be with me. She keeps saying that. And then we get the voice... is this when he's electrocuting the air?
I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
where he's just like, your whole fleet's dead. And basically puts up his hand, and it's got an amazing sound bite of just... And like, electrifies the entire Starfleet. Then she like meditating on the ground saying, be with me, and her mind goes through the Starfleet and into the space, and you hear the voices of Anakin, played by Hayden Christensen, Yoda, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Mace Windu,
Ahsoka
Tano,
who I guess is dead apparently.
The Jedi out of Rebels, he's in there.
Oh, cool.
Freddie Prinze Jr. And a few other smaller ones. But and Leia, I think Leia was there.
Yeah.
What a good little callback to everyone.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. I thought it was awesome. And she basically stood up and he like stopped the lightning, and he's just like I am all the Sith, and starts to electrocute her, and she gets a
and then Rey says, I am Iron Man.
Yeah, it goes, and she's just holding him back with all the electricity to one lightsaber, and then her hand goes back and gets Ben's lightsaber, or like, well, no, it wasn't Ben's, it was Leia's.
It's Luke and Leia's.
Yeah. She goes, and I am all the Jedi, and puts him like an X, and then fucking gets rebounds all the electricity towards him.
No.
That was a terrible impression.
It was good.
He's finalized and fucks him up. He dies,
fucks him right up,
and then she collapses. Ben climbs up and goes up to him, gives him all his life energy. They have a really weird kiss. I thought it didn't really fit for me. And throughout this, sorry, I know I'm like telling this pretty jankily. I'm just going through everything.
Seemed like we got most of it.
Yeah. Finn fucks up the lead, the main Star Destroyer.
Yeah,
fucks him up. Yeah. Cool. And then it's obvious that he's really Force sensitive. He's just like, oh no, it's up there. He's like, why? He goes, I feel it.
Mm.
And then Rey becomes alive. Kylo dies and disappears. Rey escapes through the X-wing, and everyone basically just escapes. Everyone's happy. We get shots of all around the galaxy. We get Endor with Wookiees.
Mm-hmm.
Not Wookiees, Ewoks, sorry.
Yep.
We get Jakku and some other planets. What's the other planet? We get 3. We get Jakku, Endor, and another planet.
Fuck, it was like a city planet. It wasn't Cloud City. It
was Cloud City.
Oh, no. And don't we see Naboo as well?
Do we?
No.
No, I think it was Cloud City. It was Cloud City.
Okay,
Bespin.
Okay, Bespin. Oh, so
yeah. Yeah, so, and then they go back to the base and everyone's super happy. For a frame, we see Lin-Manuel Miranda there as a resistance fighter for some reason.
Oh, really? Yeah. Didn't pick that one up.
Yeah, but no, they're all happy.
John Williams apparently is in there somewhere.
Williams is in Kijimi when they go into the bar to go back into the back room with Babu Freak, and he's the bartender with the eye patch, and he's just like, oh, that's John Williams.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. I picked that up on the second way as well. Rey travels to Tatooine and buries Luke and Leia's sabers in the house where Luke grew up in the Lars household. I don't know why Leia's there though. Like, Leia has zero connection to this place. Zero.
And actually, why would Luke have this connection to Tatooine either? I mean, he couldn't be more excited to get the fuck off that shithole.
It's true.
If you can recall. Same with Anakin.
It's true.
So actually, the Skywalkers hate Tatooine. They can't stand it.
And
Anakin goes on about how much he can't fucking stand the sand.
It's true.
So,
it's true. And then
anyway.
we get a lady come by and says that there hasn't been anyone here for so long. Who are you? And she goes, I'm Rey. Goes, Rey who? And then she looks over and sees the Force ghosts of Luke and Leia. And she goes, Rey Skywalker.
Yeah, and they were just as they were about to say, don't use that name. And then cuts to black. I didn't like Rey being the one to destroy Palpatine because that just undermines what we thought it was, what we thought the saga was about, which was Anakin Skywalker, who was the prophesized one to destroy the Sith. So while she's technically a Skywalker now, she's not. Palpatine was actually the chosen one this whole time. Nah. I don't like that. Sorry,
that's fair enough.
I really dislike that actually.
That's fair enough.
I think that's just like you're actually undercutting Return of the Jedi, which is its ending, which is the most important part of the saga. Yeah. So that's why I've elected to ignore the sequel trilogy. It's not canon in my mind. I'm not kidding. Han is alive and well.
Dools. Should we end on a quick ranking?
I think we try to quickly rank it. So I've got. Do you have a ranking somewhere?
I'll do it.
Give it a quick think. So should I just give mine?
Go ahead.
How should we do it? Should we start from? And we're including Solo and Rogue One?
Yes.
All right. Just because the Skywalker saga does feel like its own.
Let's go like from the bottom and up.
Oh, okay.
Are we including Clone Wars, Dools? Are we including Clone Wars?
Live action only has. That's okay. My first and last ruling.
I have spoken.
This is the way. Okay, so how about we both go back and forth with what we think? Yeah, so 11 and then moving up.
10,
so
right?
we'll ascend.
11. Yeah,
we'll
cool.
Ascend.
Cool.
So I think we both agree on this one. 11 is
1.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phantom Menace. I originally thought episode 2, and as you as well.
In the rewatch, I think episode 2 still not good. Still not a good movie, but I think pacing, like episode 1, its entire middle, like the entire second act is such a slog. It's actually unbelievable.
Yeah.
So yes, episode 1. Which still arguably is one of the best lightsaber scenes. I mean, yeah, probably the best in the prequel trilogy. Oh, maybe the best. Is Duel of Fates the best fight in all of Star Wars? Probably is, actually.
It's up there. Oh, dude, I really like Obi versus Anakin.
Yeah, same. I do as well. 10 for me is then quickly followed by
episode 2.
Episode 2. Now we're getting into controversial territory. 9 for me has...
Really?
What?
Is like the third last.
Oh, no. Sorry, it's in like the 9th order.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant episode 9. Go ahead.
No. Okay, so... Ascending order. 11 is episode 1. 10 2. 9 is episode 8 for me.
Wow.
What is above episode 2 for you?
Solo.
Okay. Above 8 for me is Solo.
Okay.
What's above
Episode 3.
Interesting. Above Solo for me, so now in 7th place, is episode... Oh, that's not right.
Yeah, you're confusing me now. Why don't we just do the list, like, each other's lists?
Alright. Fair enough.
Do you want to go first?
Okay, I was just confused. So, in ascending order. Episode 1.
Yep, is the list, yep.
Episode 2.
Yep.
Episode 8.
Yep.
Solo. Episode 9.
Ooh.
Episode 7. Episode 3. Episode 4. Rogue One. Episode 6. Episode 5. I have spoken.
Wow, okay.
Let's see yours.
Starting from 11. Episode 1, Episode 2, Solo. Then we've got... I'm just going to... Instead of saying episode, I'm going to go... Okay. We've got Phantom Menace, then Attack of the Clones, Solo, Revenge of the Sith, The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, The Force Awakens, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi,
Oh,
Rogue One,
wow.
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. Rogue's very high. I was tempted to put... I was actually very close to putting it above 6, because it's third for me, Rogue One.
I adore Rogue One, dude.
But just Vader and Luke and Palpatine, I mean, it's just so definitive and so perfect, the throne room scene. It's so perfect. Anakin finally destroying the Sith and all that. It's just... It's
2 words, man.
it's just
We won! We won!
It's so incredibly meaningful. But, yeah, and Rogue One is, I think, by far now. Because I still really like... I think Episode 7, not too far behind, but pretty far behind. Yeah, Rogue One is the best of the new Disney films. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, easily.
And in my rewatch, I found it interesting. I actually like Solo way more than I thought I did. So,
I liked it. I didn't like it.
That's why I think it could probably change. My mind might change over time. Who knows? But at the moment, it's better than 8 for me, just by a little bit.
That's fair enough.
Because
You be you, boo.
it's just a lot of fun.
Do you want to finish the soft tools? What a year.
What a year indeed. I think that, the next episode will be looking back on that year. I think we delay. I think because 1917 is Jan.
Yeah, there's some things
8,
I want to do for it as well.
Jan 8. So we leave it till then. Maybe we even have that discussion about what this site will look like. This little faux new site. Yeah, we already talked about it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
We literally already have talked about it on this before. So, what was there?
I'm just fucking with you. Come
Oh,
on.
okay. I mean, other than the fact that if someone steals the idea, then we have a problem. Yeah.
Timo.
Talking about you, Ben. I haven't met you, but I don't know if I like you or not.
He sent you, to
He
Jumanji.
sent me to Calico. Oh, then I definitely don't know. Yeah, other than that, fuck, I'm trying to think.
Have a Merry Christmas. Watch some Die Hard.
Have a Merry Christmas indeed. My favourite thing to do is just watch fucking National Lampoon's Christmas.
It's good.
Christmas Vacation. Love it.
Cousin Eddie.
Fucking love it, man.
It's good.
All right. Be good to each other. Or don't. I don't really care. See ya.